Hello, my name is Patrick Ayon. I'm going to be discussing intercultural communication advice with AI. Main points of the video are that the advice was helpful. It was kind of basic, but it still got to the point. The prompt that I gave was decent enough. It gave me the information I needed, but I did have to add a little more. And so basically go into what it was that I did at first, what information it gave me, and then when I added more information, how it helped. So yeah. Alright, so my prompt exactly. This is my exact word for word, ball for ball. Was you have a new coworker and are having trouble communicating with him/her because a different language or nonverbal nuance. What are some strategies to help smoothly communicate with my coworker? Make sure to include communication scholarship to support the advice, at least resources. That was my first prompt, word for word. It was things you already know, but it was still helpful. So what it gave me was Gill's accommodation theory. It's just like that was his evidence, I told it to give me evidence, so it gave me like somebody's actual theory, which basically just simplify your language, use clear and concise sentences, and avoid idiomatic expressions, so slang. So avoid slang. That's what it told me. I thought that was helpful. I mean, it's like no dirt though. Like obviously you're not gonna do too much when you're talking to someone who don't even know what you're saying. But then it also said intercultural sensitivity, which is basically just being understanding and not judgmental of what they're from, what their culture is, which is like, to me, it's like a given, but that's what it told me. And then it said use hand gestures, facial expressions to help communicate what you're saying. So, I mean, that one's like, to me, that's like, you already know that. That's pretty basic, but I mean, it's helpful. So, okay, so after I gave that response, I added a little bit. I added, what can I do to better communicate with someone who doesn't speak my language? I just added that at the end of my prompt that I used before. And it told me, like, you could use translation tools or interpretation tools to help facilitate cross-cultural communication, which is helpful, but it's like, who's not thinking of that? Like, that's what I was thinking. It was like, who isn't thinking of this already? And search for confirmation in your responses. So, like, you could, like, give a thumbs up or something. So, that's helpful if you're, like, completely oblivious to what to do, but these all seem like things that everybody should already know. That's just my opinion. So from the resources it gave me, or references, I guess, it gave me like Gills, Bennett, Hall. They gave me the little articles, but the first two, for Gill's speech style and social evaluation, like I put that in my Google research, and like it really took me nowhere. I couldn't even use it. And then for Bennett MJ, towards ethno-relativism, I put that in. It took me nowhere. But the last one, the silent language by Hall E.T. They gave me a little article that I could read, but really like, the stories they provided me were like, I couldn't even use them, so that's pretty no bueno. For my reference, I just gotta go with my noggin, my experience, because like that's better than any resource that I could look into, because I've already done this before. But like comparing that to what it gave me, like that's what I'm saying. Like it's things you would already think of doing. Like when you're put in that situation, like you're already pointing, you're using your hands already. Google Translate, you pop that up, you're already asking them to type in what they're trying to say. It's kind of confusing when you don't know what language they're speaking though, but they know what language they're speaking, so it's fine. And then the confirmation, like making sure they understand what you're saying, like that's really helpful, because like the head nods are like more than enough to know that they comprehended what you're saying, even though they don't really know they don't understand the language you're using. They do understand what you're saying. So I mean, it's helpful, but like it's so basic to me. I don't know, maybe that's just me, maybe it's because I've done this before, but like to me it's like, it's things you already know. Like all the information it gave me is like things I already know, or things I would expect somebody to already know to do, like to try. I was expecting, like, I guess it's kind of, what's the word I'm looking for, narrow-minded maybe, of me to think it's going to give me anything more complex than what I've already tried. Because like, what else could you really do? I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. I indeed did find a source. The source said, use simple and clear language, be patient and respectful, learn some basic words and phrases, use translator or interpreter, be open-minded and curious. And here's what else to consider. I thought it said, which is basically what ChatGPT told me so. I guess in comparison, it's like ChatGPT gave me everything I needed. In fact, that advice would be great. That's great advice. So in summary, what ChatGPT told me to do was use simple language, use Google Translate, be kind, be respectful, and use your hands to communicate. Use your hands. That's all. Thank you for your time. Goodbye.